Do you want delicious chicken on the grill or in the oven? Today, I'm going to show you a very easy marinade that you can put together in about 5 minutes. The great thing about this is you can do it in the morning, and then you can cook up the chicken at lunch or dinner. You have delicious, tender chicken that's not dried out. You only need a couple ingredients. So for this marinade, you're gonna need some apple cider vinegar, canola oil, or you could use olive oil if you wanted to. You're gonna need black pepper and salt. You're gonna need 1 egg and poultry seasoning. I also add garlic to the recipe, but you don't have to if you don't like the garlicky taste. So what you're going to do is take your chicken breast or chicken thighs, chicken legs, doesn't matter. This is actually a great recipe for dark meat chicken because it keeps it so tender and so delicious. And you're going to prep your chicken for the marinade. Now, I am not a chef and I am not a professional person who cuts chicken, but I don't like the fat, so I cut off as much as possible. Probably do not follow my technique because I'm just doing the best I can. I usually mix my ingredients together in a bowl, but you can actually mix them together in the pan or container that you're marinating the chicken in. If you're feeling brave, you can also mix them in a Ziploc bag and just kind of shake it up and then put the chicken in the Ziploc bag when you're done. I love these salt and pepper shakers. You can get them at Sam's or probably Costco. The only thing I do not like about them is if you do not snap that little black lid back on really tight, you will get salt and pepper everywhere if you ever lay these sideways. These are laid sideways in my spice drawer, so I end up cleaning up salt and pepper all the time. But these are awesome. You just spin the top and it comes out. Poultry seasoning. I cannot get enough of this seasoning. I put it in almost everything. Whatever the recipe calls for, I usually add a little bit more. Please note, this is actually not how you should be cracking eggs. This is a great way to get shells in your marinade. You should actually crack eggs on a flat surface. I personally like to use Ziploc bags to marinate. I feel like the marinade covers the chicken more. Plus, you can always check it in the fridge and move it around to make sure everything's getting covered with your marinade. I doubled this recipe, so I'm not sure that all the chicken's gonna fit in this bag, but I like to double it because then once you cook or grill your chicken, you basically have chicken that you can use throughout the week in different meals, salads, pastas. So this is pretty full. I probably wouldn't fill it this full normally, but what we're gonna do is then take the marinade, which I also did double, so it's more than you'll have if you just use the single recipe, and you're gonna pour it into the Ziploc bag. So there you go. Now your chicken is marinating. You can put this in the fridge for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. You can let it marinate all day. You can even use one of the vacuum sealer bags and put it in the freezer and let it marinate in the freezer, like frozen for a couple weeks for a freezer meal. And then when you're ready to take it out and cook it, you're just gonna take it out, dump the marinade, and put it in a baking dish or on the grill. Once you have marinated your chicken, it's time to either put it on the grill or bake it in the oven. I'm not a grill master, so I always use a meat thermometer to make sure the chicken is the correct temperature to know it's done so my whole family doesn't get sick. I just love how pretty this chicken looks on the grill, but I love even more how it tastes. It's super juicy, delicious. I actually like to cut my chicken a little bit on the thin side because I use it in salads and sandwiches and wraps. But you can actually eat it, just serve the breast just like this. If you're cooking it in the oven, I prefer a high heat for a shorter amount of time. This chicken will last you about a week, and it's a great dish to have in the refrigerator for quick meals.